Hey, fight fans, welcome back to Carlo Prusa MMA, and today we're doing things a little different. I am with two future combatants going down the Gamebred Biloxi card November 15. I have Jason the Kid Knight. I have Mr. Wide Open Josh Weems. They're going to do battle on the 15th, but before that, I had them on here. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to be the referee today, so we're going to be doing some questions. Make sure nothing gets too crazy here. Then we're going to duke it out in a trivia question challenge to see who knows their game bred trivia a little more. And then we'll let them loose at the end. But Mr. Knight, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Ready to go.
Mr. Weems, are you ready?
Oh yeah, always.
All right, let's get it on, ladies and gentlemen. To start off, Jason, I'm going to start off with you. First question. So, from my understanding, I heard that you a couple months ago messaged Josh on Instagram about the possibility of fighting each other. What was the reason behind that?
Man, honestly, I was just trying to get on a game bread card. I'm like, man, who is a worthy, competitor that I feel like would take the fight? And I was like, man, Josh Weems is coming up on the scene. He's trying to make a name for himself. Why not? He's tough. I'm tough. I feel like we'll get in there and we will have, a fight of the night type of fight. And, if it's not fight of the night, somebody's getting finished of the night. You know what I'm saying? We're getting one of the two of us or both of us are getting a bonus. And, whenever I thought about that, I was like, yeah, that's the guy. So I messaged him. He said he was down. And I normally fight at 145. He normally fights at 135. So I was like, look, dude, there's no way in hell I'm making 135. I'll meet you at 140. He said send the contract. So went on from there. And then we just waited around for a date.
Now, Josh, what was your reactions when he hit you up a couple months ago about this idea?
Man, I figured honestly what he just said. I was like, this man's trying to stay active. This is how we feed our family. And we had word that they were coming to Biloxi. So, we were probably no matter what, we're gonna get an opponent. So, you know, plus it's one of those fights where he probably knows like he's gonna make some money on some ticket sales alone. Like, dude, this is a fight for the fans. We both come to fight. So I just it was a smart tactic on his end for sure.
Now, Jason, overall, what do you think of Josh as an opponent?
Man, I've watched the kid fight several times. I know it's going to be tough. If he shows up at his best, I show up at my best. Then it's a dream fight. That's the kind of fight that you look for, and you know what I'm saying. Every fighter, they don't want to just show up and win in 15 seconds. That's no fun. You know what I'm saying. I put in 8 to 10 weeks worth of training camp. I'm trying to get in here and get gritty. You know what I'm saying. I want my opponent to get gritty with me, and he's the guy that's going to do that. And I feel like he's one of those guys that's just like me. He's not going to quit when it gets bad. I've seen that whenever he fought Brandon Davis. Brandon Davis dropped him in the first round, and I thought, okay, this is it. We're done. And then I remember that night. I've been wanting to fight him since that night. Brandon dropped him, got on him, started punching him. I'm like, Brandon, he don't want to be here. And then next thing you know, Josh Weems is on top. He looks at me. He says, I don't want to be here. Now I'm like, yeah, okay.
It's something about it though. I have a guy Devontae Sewell beat Jonathan Jackson, and it's something about it, man. You want to avenge your teammate too. It's something about that, man. Styles make fights, and it's one of those things too. Yeah, I figured we kind of had that, and then when it was when you're in the UFC. I saw you had a bare knuckle card, or no, that's right. It was right after the year UFC. It was when you were like on the in between the Artem fights or whatever. But we kind of had like a little. You like kind of messed with me because I can't even remember how it went down, but it was kind of like a joking kind of thing. You messing with me about like maybe us matching up later or something like that. I can't really remember what
Yeah.
it was, but I just remember thinking, yeah, I'll probably end up fighting this guy. And then whenever you kind of was in Brandon's corner, I knew with us both being in Gamebred and they're trying to build the bantamweight division, I was like, it only makes sense for me and you to fight, me and Randy to fight, like all these
Yeah.
cats. We'll get
Yeah,
it in.
man. Yeah, if you do fight Randy, watch out for the head kick, bro. It comes quick, real
Yes.
quick.
Nah, Like I told Carlo, perfect world. I hope Brandon can get it done, man. That way it's 2-0. He seals the deal. He's got that belt, and we can. Ideally, in a perfect world, I get you out of there, and I can go for the belt. Same for you. We're all
Same,
going
yeah.
for the next step. Trying to get paid, and especially both of us, we're coming off losses, man. We got something to
Yeah.
prove, and that makes for a more entertaining fight.
Brandon and Randy, what weight are they fighting at? 35 or 45?
35.
Oh, y'all can have that damn belt. I
I
don't
already
want
know.
that
That's what I
shit.
told Carlos said that. He goes, "What do you think? Winner out of you and Jason goes for the title?" I go, "Jason ain't fighting for 35."
Nah, bro. I will fight him all day at 45. Like, man, I walk around at 158, so realistically, I could probably make 135. But I like honey buns. I like pizza. I like, what I'm saying? I eat what I want to eat. I eat whatever I want to eat. You know what I'm saying? I drink my Dr. Peppers and I still make 145 and I still get in there and I can go the distance just like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I signed up for this shit a long time ago when I was 14. I signed up to have fun. And if I got to sit there and struggle and diet and you know what I'm saying and starve myself to be able to go out there and fight, then I don't want to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I would much rather fight at 145, make that easily, and have fun. That's like when I went to the Ultimate Fighter, I fought at 155, and I had to lose 3 pounds. These dudes over here losing 15 and 20. They're dieting every day. I'm over here eating damn lifesaver gummies and smiling and laughing at them while they're over there on the treadmill trying to get off what weight they can.
Weems, you mentioned Randy Costa. Do you think with a win over Jason Knight, could that solidify that? Do you think that's in your near future?
Like I told you, man, I'm okay with whatever Dean Tool and Masvidal have in store. I know me and Jason are gonna put on a great show. I mean, obviously, if I can get him out of there with some exciting fashion, I think it sets me up. Yeah, I think we have one of those crazy dog fights that everybody prays we're gonna have. I think that they put another victim or two in front of me, and like I said, dude, I'm as long as they keep taking care of me and my people, man. I'm gonna fight, man. I love this sport. I really feel that this is the new way of fight. It's the most raw form of fighting, man. No gloves. We're throwing down the way we love, the way we've all trained. Just like Jason, he started in MMA. I started in MMA. I don't have a wrestling background. I don't have this, crazy Taekwondo background. We started in MMA and we're at its rawest form with no gloves, and it's just exciting, man. I'll do whatever it takes to work my way up for that belt, man. My kid's been watching me for a long time, and I need to solidify where I'm at in this sport, and whether that's through Jason, uh, you know, going to Randy, whoever has that belt, I don't care. That's to me a belt would solidify, conquering this sport. And man, again, like I told you the other day, I'm not 2-2, man. Not in this sport. My 4 fights for Gamebred, I've had one inside of my weight class, one, and that was Erwin Rivera. And you saw the performance that I can bring inside my weight class. The reason I'm okay with fighting Jason at 140 is because I know that Jason's not a huge 45. He just said it himself. Like, he's like the kind of guy who wants to cut a little weight and just go in there and fight. That way he's not having to be like, yeah, I had a bad cut. Like, there's never an excuse, you know what I mean? Like, so again, if they would have told me my only option was 145 Jason Knight, I'd have fought Jason at 45 because I know that Jason doesn't walk around huge. But I'm trying not to keep fighting at 45 because I want to show that I'm worthy to fight for that title.
Yeah.
And now, Jason, with a win over Weems, do you think that reinforces, you've had your run in the UFC, you've been in the PFL, you've been doing this for a long time. Does that just reinforce that Jason Knight is still here and he'll take on anybody, anytime, anywhere, any place?
For sure, bro. I will fight him. And you know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw, cut up or not cut up, I'll turn around and I'll fight again that same night. If they would let me. I'm there for the fun, I'm there for the excitement, and I'm there for that paycheck. You know what I'm saying? My days of, trying to chase dreams, they're over. I don't give a damn. I've lived every dream that you can live. Right now it's about feeding my family, paying off this damn house I'm living in, and setting myself up for the future. I'm trying to make damn sure that I don't leave my kids with nothing because as of right now, they're getting a house and they're getting 2 acres of land. You know what I'm saying? I want to leave them with so much more than that. You know, I feel like my kids deserve so much more than that. And, you know, this is a means to an end.
Now, one thing that I want to talk about that I think you guys both embody so well are the sacrifices associated with being a mixed martial artist. You know, both of you guys work jobs in addition to your fighting. You guys have kids. You guys have families. You have to get punched in the face for hours and hours. How do you guys get through it, and how does that motivate you? Weems, I'll start with you.
First off, I don't get punched for hours and hours. I have great defense and footwork, and I try not to be a punching bag. And but no, I know what you mean, man. Really, it's the wrestling. Jason probably knows it more than me. He's been there longer than me. It's these body on body drills, man. Just the clashing of the sport. But man, it's definitely it's one of those like, man. It's a huge sacrifice, man. We both have kids. We don't do this for the money, man. Obviously, when we sign up, we want to get paid. I mean, we're putting our life on the line, especially in bare knuckle. But we started in this literally spending money to get fights. Jason knows what I mean.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, to have
You
fun.
have to invest in yourself, and uh the countless hours that we've spent away from our kids, taken away from our kids, making sure they've always got what they need, but you know, they always could have had a little more had you not sacrificed all of this money going towards this camp, right? And you know, we have these things that we have to sacrifice, but I think we us doing all these things shows our kids like no matter what, man, if it's a positive goal, go for it. Like be disciplined and go for it. And like, dude, I was telling Carlo the other day, like man, I'm talking about I ain't got no respect for you when that bell rings, but man, I respect you so much because like I was watching, like man, I watched you since I was young. You know what I mean? Like watching you the other day, studying you against Alex Casares. Like you was 18-2. Like you put people down. Like you like you were like you're the guy who's representing putting Mississippi on the map like Alan Belcher. You know what I'm saying? Like so
Oh,
like
yeah.
to get the chance to get to share the octagon with you, man, like it's awesome. It motivates me in a different way than Brandon. Like Carlo asked me the other day, has anybody ever, you ever had a similar matchup to where, you respected them the same? I was like, yeah, Brandon, Brandon and you were a lot similar. I've always looked up to you guys. Y'all have done a lot, paved the way. And, but yeah, man, we've got to sacrifice a lot. And, I guess getting back to that is it's not even it's second nature. It's second nature to us to sacrifice what we're sacrificing now. But it's starting to pay off. The performances that we're putting out and the connections we're building. I'm just hoping it just continues to open more pathways to make us more money.
Now, Jason, I'll have you bounce on that one if you want.
Yeah, man. Here lately, the worst thing that I am sacrificing is sleep, rest. You know what I'm saying? Like that's rough, bro. I get up at 5:30 every morning. I get off work at 5:30 that evening. I come home. I don't even shower when I get home because if I do, I got to take another one when I leave the gym. And so I come home. I change my clothes. I'm at the gym at 5:30. I leave the gym 8:30, 9 o'clock. I drive home, I fix something to eat, I get a shower, I go my ass to bed. And man, that is so rough. And I'm spending this whole camp at home. So, you know what I'm saying? If I got my kids and it's time to go train, guess what, kids? Get in the truck, we're going to train. And that's kind of the way it is. But throughout the past, yeah, man, I've sacrificed. I get my kids every other weekend. And if it was up to me, I'd have them every day of every week. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. It's up to the baby mamas. But baseball practice comes around. Guess what? Jason ain't going to the gym that night. I'm going to baseball practice because my little boy needs me there. Baseball tournament's going on. Guess what? I'm going to that baseball tournament. You know what I'm saying? I'll run afterwards or whatever I got to do. But he gonna know that Daddy was there.
That's
And you know
right.
what I'm saying? You ain't never gonna say that Daddy was late because Daddy's gonna be there on time. I'm gonna be there early. I'm gonna have him in the batting cage, all that good stuff. And you know what I'm saying? My two little girls right now, neither one of them's doing a sport, but they gonna know just like he does. You know what I'm saying? If Daddy's supposed to show up, Daddy's gonna show up. But that sacrifice that he's talking about with the kids, man, that is the worst sacrifice you ever gonna have to make in your life because you can't get that time back, man. You know, it sucks. It really does. It hurts your heart. Like when I went to the Ultimate Fighter, I missed my little boy's first ever baseball tournament. You know what I'm saying? I got him signed up in travel ball, and you know, right before I had to leave, they announced the dates of the travel ball tournaments, and there was two tournaments that I had to miss. He had like 4 or 5 scheduled within that couple months, and there was two that I had to miss, and man, that hurt my heart so bad. And I already know it hurt my little boy too, but I had to kind of explain to him. I was like, "Look, dude, this is like you getting an opportunity to go play in this tournament, and if you win this tournament, you get signed to a major league team." And that's the only thing that made him okay with it. But those sacrifices are necessary sacrifices. You kind of have to do that because if I would have said no, I can't fight in the Ultimate Fighter because I got this or that going on, 10 years down the road, I'd be like, man, what if I would have went? What if I would have fought? I could have done this, I could have done that. But now, my bad, man. My mama tried to call me. But yeah, man, that's the thing. You have to do that because you can't live with the what ifs. You know what I'm saying? That's impossible. Uh, you know, I went there, I gave it my all, and I came up short. But I gave it every damn ounce of energy I had. I fought like you know what I'm saying, a wounded warrior. You know what I'm saying? Me and Kurt, that's the worst, absolute worst part about that fight is I was fighting my teammate, and he had done became my brother. So I go into that fight with no adrenaline whatsoever, and I'm standing across from this freaking crazy ass animal that he is ready to rip my head off. And you could tell that in his mind he was fighting a world championship fight. And we went in there. You know what I'm saying? I'll bang it out, with no adrenaline. I will get gritty no matter what, but he was on a different level than I was that night. So I got my ass beat, but at the same time, I won't ever have to question what would have happened if I wouldn't have went.
No doubt.
One thing I love about both of you guys is the way you guys fight. It's that style. There's no one on in this fight between both of you guys that are going backwards. All you guys know is to go forward. You duke it out. You're some of the most entertaining fighters in the world. Weems, do you expect this one to be a very violent and physical bout?
Violent, yes. Physical, yes. I think honestly, man, we're gonna pull the best out of each other. I really, really think that, man, because one of my best performances was against Brandon as far as mixing it up, and it's because I was as motivated as I am right now. And man, motivated Weems is a dangerous Weems, and
Dangerous man, yep.
yeah, so I know we're both training with that because he knows that I'm serious and he knows I'm a worthy opponent. He's the one who reached out to me. This man's like he loves the hard fights. That's why he like not that I'm anything different than this man's fault. Wait, man, dominated Dan Hooker for crying out loud. This man's he's been through it. But what I'm getting at is there's easier guys that he could have maybe called out. You know what I'm saying? Or
Sure.
maybe messaged about. But he knew this was going to be an awesome fight for the fans, and that's why you gotta love Jason Knight.
Jason, does this one excite you?
Yeah, man, for sure. I know. I'm saying I might not have the means to train like I once did to train, 4, 5, 6 hours a day, two class, you know what I'm saying, 2 sessions a day, morning and night. But I can promise you, I'm finna get in that gym and I'm gonna give it every ounce of energy that I have until my body just doesn't hold up. And we're gonna push that body to new limits. You know what I'm saying? That it's just gonna have to hold up while it can, and then whenever fight night comes and it's over, I finally get to take a rest. But until then, I don't get no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I eat on the go and all that good shit. We're gonna get it in, and you know what I'm saying? I know for a fact this man, he's training just as hard as I am, if not harder. And I gotta be ready when I get in there because this is the one thing that I told Brandon Davis about Josh Weems. I said, this is the man. If I show up and I am not ready to go 3 rounds, this fight's not going to be a good fight for me. You got to show up prepared when you step in there with Josh Weems. You know what I'm saying? You got to be prepared to dog it out. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I can say about him. No matter what, that's the thing that I respect. That man's gonna be there the whole time. And you know, even if you hurt him, he's just like me. You're not gonna hurt him and make him quit. And I love that. I love that about him. Because I mean, sometimes, man, you see these guys. They're the most talented, the best striker, the best jujitsu guy, whatever. And as soon as you put them in a bad spot, you see them quit. And I noticed that night when he fought Brandon Davis, oh, dude, this guy, he's not quitting. And you know, that's what I like. I love that. You know, I wanna punch you in your face 50 times and you smile at me. And he's the man. I'm that man. You know, and that's what I'm excited about. It's gonna be a fun fight.
All right. So, just talking about this has already got me excited, but let's have a little trivia competition now. You guys both have pens, you both have notepads. So, what's about to happen is I'm going to ask you guys each 5 questions. You will have 10 seconds after every question to an answer, and we'll see who knows their Gamebred trivia a little bit better. And I have some tiebreakers if it goes there. Okay. So, the first question, we're going to go easy here. Who won the first ever Gamebred MMA main event? All righty, reveal them.
You can't really see it.
There you go. 1-1. Jason Knight,
Correct.
the winner of the first Gamebred main event. He knocked off Charles Bennett. So okay, we're tied up here, 1-1 after the first one. Next one, we're gonna go a little harder, maybe. Who has the record for the quickest finish in Gamebred history? 5, 4, 3. Oh, you guys ready?
Name, but it's this guy with the flying knee who fought on the night of Junior.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, I know. You thought the Chase Sherman when he knocked out Alex Nicholson?
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Nicholson put on, bro. Nicholson's a savage. But yeah,
Right, so
flying knee, Carlo.
I believe that is it. I had Juan Alvarez with 13 seconds over Chris Wingate on the card that you fought on in where was that? That was in Jacksonville, Weems.
Okay,
But
yeah.
let me be the judge. Let me verify this.
I was thinking.
I remember the flying knee. There's a tie. It's both. Juan
Okay, so I didn't
Alvarez
lose that one.
and Askar. So there is 2 names on this. So Weems is up 2-1.
And I put, hey, how did I remember that? Askar is because I watched his ass because I didn't know if he'd be a opponent.
All right. So let's get you another one up now. Weems takes the 2-1
Sorry, Jason,
lead.
heard with this, man.
Oh, bro, you're gonna kill me at this. If it's not pertaining to me, then most of the time I don't give a shit.
No, for sure.
All right, this one kind of does pertain to both of you in ways. Which Gamebred fighter goes by the nickname the Zohan?
I got you. Oh, he knows.
All right. Boom. All right, there you go. Randy the Zohan Costa, headlining this Gamebred in Biloxi. So Weems still up 3-2. Now I have an interesting one. Which Gamebred fighter on the roster has fought in 4 different decades? He's fought in the 90s, the 2000s, the 10s, and the 20s.
I can't remember that bastard's name, but I know who it is. He knocked out Alan Belcher. What's his damn name?
I screwed that up then because I put Alan Belcher and I know the timing's out. It's Dos Santos.
Dos Santos.
Charles Bennett.
Holy
Bennett,
crap.
really?
Bennett made his debut professionally in 1999.
Really?
Pretty amazing.
I was still shitting green in 1999.
I was like, old.
I was 7, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do one final one here. There's a couple different options for this, but I'll give you bonus points if you can get more than one. Which fighters have fought the most times in Gamebred?
Yeah,
Weems is writing a novel over there.
yeah, he's killing me.
All
I don't know
right.
how to spell his name, but I got a bunch of names right
Who do you
now.
got? All right, let's go. Let's reveal them. Who do we got here?
Got
I got
Jason.
2 of them, bro.
There we
Okay.
go.
You got
Hey,
one of them.
all
Jason
right, so
got one of them.
Tyler Hill, Josh Weems, Jason Knight, Charles Bennett, and Joe Pinafidel. The party.
Yeah, Joe. I ain't think of it. I
So
couldn't
there's
think of his name.
4 tied at 4 fights, and that's Josh Weems, Joe Penafiel, Alex Nicholson, and Anthony Njokwani.
Oh, I was off. You hadn't fought 4 times?
I've only fought twice for Gamebred.
How does it seem like you fought way more than that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because you went back and fought in between the Gamebred shows or
Yeah, I did
something.
the Gamebred, and then not long after that, I did the Ultimate Fighter. And then shortly after Ultimate Fighter, once all that shit aired, then he called me to fight Randy Costa.
All right, so that concludes the trivia contest. Weems, congratulations. You get the early win there. But Jason, you only won by 1, so good showing. But to end it out here, guys, at the end of the day, we've been cool, we've been chill. It's competition. It's going to go down November the 15th. Weems, I'm going to start with you. Why do you feel like you have the skill set to put away Jason Knight and get the job done on November 15th?
Honestly, just because I mean, there's a couple different reasons, and my youth is one, man. I got a lot less years in this sport than him, and I know how it is to train as hard as we want to train. So I mean, dang, where was the question again? My bad. I completely had a brain
Why do you
fart on
feel
that.
like you're going to get the job done?
Really, my switching my stances, man. I throw from odd angles. You never know if I'm gonna wrestle or I'm gonna kick, punch, whatever. So I just think that I have a style to mix it up and get the job done for sure. But also just having less years on the body, man. I really feel that man. I don't know, man. When you're dealing with a hard camp like we put in, he's probably been in camp like me for a long time, and we got to learn how to dial it back and things like that. Which I'm sure he's probably a lot better at it than me. But just durability, man. I'm hoping that I could be more durable than Jason, and be smarter. That's it, man.
Now, Jason, how do you respond to that?
The word he just said was hope. There ain't nobody more durable than Jason Knight, baby. The way I see it, as long as I put in the work, I get the cardio in, and I make sure that I'm ready for these wrestling exchanges. And as far as the pace standing up, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be right there with him constantly. The only thing that I've ever had any kind of struggle with is the cardio for the wrestling. And I already know that, you know what I'm saying, if I crack him, he's gonna wrestle. So I'm gonna be ready to wrestle. I'm gonna be ready to wrestle. I'm gonna be ready to stand. I'm gonna be ready for the jujitsu. And I've told people over the years, you can either get in there and you can paint a shitty ass picture, or you can paint a masterpiece. And the only way to do that is to have all 3 disciplines equal. You know what I'm saying? You got to have your jiu-jitsu, your wrestling, and your stand-up all right there parallel with each other, ready to go. And that's what I plan on doing for this fight. I'm just going to have every tool sharpened and ready. And, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, whenever I'm at my best, I believe that I have, better skills than Josh Weems has. And, that's not saying anything bad about him whatsoever. The only way that I lose this fight, in my opinion, is if his gas tank lasts longer than mine does. But, man, it comes down to heart also. If my gas tank runs out, my heart never does. So, we're gonna see where that's at. And I think if my gas tank is equal to his on that night, he's in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Whether I get a finish, whether I have to fight for 3 rounds and get a decision, I'm coming in there and we're gonna, see what he's made of. We're gonna see exactly how tough he really is.
You know, guys, I'm super excited for this one. Jorge Masvidal loves to use the word fireworks. This is the fireworks store. I mean, I don't think it gets
Yeah.
more fireworks than this fight. Um, Leave me with your closing thoughts. What's some last things you guys want to say to each other, you know, until you guys see each other in Mississippi?
Man, hey, train smart, train safe, baby. We're gonna put on a show. That's it.
That's it for sure, man. And this is, taking gasoline, walking through the fireworks store, and striking a match, bro. That's what it is. That's what's gonna happen. Anybody out there who's watching this who doesn't know, I promise you, you're gonna find out.
Oh yeah, we're both
Weems,
coming
stay,
with neck, baby. That's for
stay, stay safe, bro. Stay injury free, and you know what I'm saying. Whenever we meet in that cage that night, let's let our nuts hang, bro.
get it, baby. Yes, sir. Much respect, Jason.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for doing this. You know, really happy that we can have a good conversation here about the fight. And, you know, I can't wait to see it. But that's it for us for now. For Mr. Wide Open Josh Weems, for the kid Jason Knight, I'm the Fight Dr. Carl Prusa. Stick around, fight fans.